Kate Grenville, born on October 14, 1950 in Sydney, Australia, is one of the country's most beloved authors. Her books explore Australia's history, especially the complicated relationships between settlers and indigenous people, as well as the lives of women. Grenville writes in a clear, vivid style that makes her stories feel real and relatable. She has won major awards, including the Orange Prize, and her work is read worldwide. Grenville grew up in a middle class family in Sydney. Her mother was a pharmacist and her father was a lawyer who died when Kate was young. This loss deeply affected her, and she later wrote about grief and family in her books. As a child, she loved reading and writing stories, which sparked her passion for storytelling. She studied English literature at the University of Sydney and later earned a master's degree in creative writing in the US before becoming a full time writer. She worked as a teacher, film editor, and even a factory worker. These experiences gave her a deep understanding of ordinary people's lives, which she brings into her writing. Grenville's first novel, Lillian's Story, published in 1985, made her famous. It tells the story of Lillian Singer, a bold, eccentric woman inspired by a real historical figure from Sydney. Lillian rebels against society's rules for women in the early 1900s, refusing to be silenced. The book was praised for its humor and strong female character. Her next novel, Dream House, published in 1986, is a dark, suspenseful story about a couple's crumbling marriage in Italy. Though different from her earlier work, it showed her talent for creating tension and exploring human emotions. In 1999, Grenville won the Orange Prize for The Idea of Perfection, a quirky love story set in a small Australian town. The book follows two awkward middle aged people, a shy engineer and a divorced textile artist, who find unexpected connection. Grenville's gentle humor and empathy for imperfect characters made this book a hit. It showed her ability to find beauty in ordinary lives. Grenville's most famous work is The Secret River, published in 2005, part of her colonial trilogy. The novel is set in the early 1800s and follows William Thornhill, a poor Englishman sent to Australia as a convict. After earning his freedom, he settles on land along the Hawkesbury River, land that belongs to indigenous Australians. The book explores the violence and moral conflicts of colonization, asking tough questions about guilt and survival. The Secret River was shortlisted by the Booker Prize and became a bestseller. It also sparked debates about Australia's colonial history. Grenville later wrote a companion book, Searching for the Secret River, in 2006, describing how she researched her family's past to write the novel. The other books in the trilogy are The Lieutenant, published in 2008, based on the true story of a British officer who befriends an Aboriginal girl, and Sarah Thornhill, published in 2011, which follows William Thornhill's daughter as she uncovers family secrets. Together, these books give a powerful look at Australia's colonial past and its lasting scars. Dark Places, published in 1994, is a sequel to Lillian's story, focusing on Lillian's abusive father. It is a chilling exploration of cruelty and power. A Room Made of Leaves, published in 2020, is a fictional memoir of Elizabeth MacArthur, a real historical figure and wife of famous early settler. Grenville imagines Elizabeth's hidden thoughts and struggles in a male dominated world. Grenville often writes about Australia's violent past, showing how settlers and indigenous people clashed. She doesn't shy away about the brutality of colonization, but also highlights moments of understanding and humanity. Many of her books focus on women fighting against society's limits. Characters like Lillian and Elizabeth MacArthur challenge gender roles and find their own strength. Her characters often struggle with who they are. caught between two cultures or torn between family loyalty and personal morals. Grenville questions how history is recorded. In books like A Room Made of Leaves, she imagines the untold stories behind official records. Grenville's writing is simple but powerful. She uses vivid descriptions of the Australian landscape, rivers, forests, deserts to create a strong sense of place. Her characters feel real with flaws and hopes that readers can relate to. She often mixes historical facts with fiction, making the past come alive in a personal way. Grenville won the Orange Prize in 1999 for The Idea of Perfection and was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in 2006 for her work The Secret River. She is also a winner of the Commonwealth Writers' Prize in 2006. Grenville is not just a writer, she has also helped shape how Australians see their history. By telling stories about colonization from both settlers and indigenous perspectives, she encourages readers to think critically about the past. Her work has started important conversations about reconciliation and justice.